They are available in different sizes depending upon the amount of material that you have to fill inside it, depending upon the amount of dose of an active ingredient. Okay. For usually for a human use, the sizes that are used are 0 to 5. The sizes that are available are 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 0, 0, 0 is having the largest volume. Okay. It is inversely proportional. Whereas size 5 is having the lowest volume. Okay. This you have to remember. As the size increases, the volume with which you fill it, it decreases. So these are the names that are given from 0, 0, 0 to 5. Okay. These are the sizes that are being given. For use, the sizes that are used are 10, 11 and 12. Not much of literature is available about it. Just one sentence I found it one of the presentation, that's why I have put it over here. I really am not aware. If somebody asks me, sir, जैसे size increase होता है तो this should decrease, the amount should be, that field should be decreased. So 10, 11, 12 should that way have very less amount of material. But this is what I was available in the literature which I have written it. So usually from 0 to 5 is the size that it been used. 0, 0, 0 and 0, 0 is also sometimes being used. The amount of material that can be filled into this are near about 65 milligram to 1 gram. So over here you can fill 65 milligram, whereas over here you can fill near about 1.37 milligram. But it all depends upon the density of the mixture that you have prepared. So you have prepared some mixture. So what is the density of that mixture? It depends upon that how much amount of material is going to go in a particular capsule shell. Okay, this we are going to see in detail in my next slide. Before that, let us see about the volume. Okay, it is the size and the amount that can be filled is in the terms of volume and not in the terms of grams. Please remember this. Okay, so if you have a 000 size capsule, the volume that can be filled inside is 1.37. If you have a 00 size capsule, the amount that should be filled should be 0.9, that will be filled will be 0.95 ml. Okay, now remember these values you have to by heart. Okay, उसमें कोई option नहीं है. If it is size 0, then the volume that can be filled is 0.68, right? If you see Latchman, now these are the figures that are given in Latchman. Okay, thus I have taken separate, and in Latchman it is given as 0.75. Whereas if you see any other literature, these are the size that are given. Just in Latchman, there are some, for some this thing the size is differing. Okay, for 0 in other literature it is 0.68, whereas in Latchman it is given as 0.75. If you take size 1, okay, then in other literature, in other all literature it is given as 0.50. So this it is very easier for you to remember. Size 1 exactly half. Okay, and size 3 is exactly 0.3. Okay, so in this way, if you remember, size 4 का भी ये half है, 0.21 is near about half of it. Okay, so these 3-4 figures are very easier for you to remember, right? Okay, coming back again. Now size 1 is going to be 0.50, whereas in Latchman it is given as for size 1 it is given as 0.55. Okay, so that is the difference between Latchman and other literature. Size 2 is 0.37, whereas in Latchman it is given as 0.4. Okay, so that I have written over here. Size 3 is 0.30, here also it is 0.30. Size 4 is 0.21, here it is 0.25, and size is 0.15, here also it is 0.15. So this is a little bit of difference. So this is the table that I have prepared for you, where I have given you the figures of Latchman also, and I have given you the figures of your other literature also. So depending upon the correct option, whatever you have in your MCQ, you can choose it. Supposing for size 0, yeah, MCQ mentions 0.68, then you can select 0.68, or if it is mentioning 0.75, then you can go for 0.75. Never will it happen that they will be mentioning 0.68 also and 0.75 also. Okay, so that is not going to happen, right? So this is about the capsule size. Now I told you that the volume, okay, sorry, the size of the capsule is given in terms of volume, but the material that you fill is in the terms of grams, right? So if I have 0 point, if I have, if I want to fill, if I ask you how much amount of material in grams is going to be filled in 0.000 size capsule, what will be your answer? You can open your mic and tell me, or you can also write it in the chat box. My question to my next slide is dependent upon that. That's why I'm asking you this question. My question is, if the size of capsule is 000, then how much grams of material or milligrams of material can be filled in this capsule is my question. What will be your answer, please? I'm waiting for your answer. I'm not going to proceed.
Multiply the volume with the density of the drug that we have to give.
Fantastic, Mohit. Okay, absolutely right answer. So for that we should, yes, Nikhil, absolutely right, and Mohit also absolutely right. It depends upon the, yes, Sanjana, it depends upon the density of the material, right? And how will you come to know the density of that material? वो powder में इसका density आपको कैसा पता चलेगा, Singh Mohit? How will you come to know about the density of that material? Who will tell us? Sanjana is saying pharmacopoeia. Okay. So pharmacopoeia will be telling you कि paracetamol कितना होगा, उसमें अगर आप सब मिक्स करोगे तो कितना होगा, that will be told by pharmacopoeia. Yes, उसमें तो होता ही है, और कैसे क्या, लेकिन मिक्सचर का कैसे होगा? Whatever you are going to put inside, okay, whatever you are going to put inside the capsule is going to be the active ingredient plus some excipients. So how will you know about the drug and the excipients का density आपको कैसे पता चलेगा? Jogulekar is saying densitometer. Okay.
Can simply calculate by taking a particular amount of volume of the bulk volume and bulk density type. So
Perfectly right. हमने पढ़ा हुआ है. When we were doing it, we have in pre-formulation, we have already studied how to calculate the density. Just take all the material, okay, whatever the mixture is, put it into the volumetric flask. You will see the volume and you know the weight. So density is equal to mass upon volume. You will get the density of it. Got it? Understood? Yeah. So with this comes my next slide. Okay. Now let us assume, okay, let us take this example. This I have taken from one of the article that is written by Dr. Bhavesh Rabadia. Okay. Okay, he has given a review of capsule shell material from gelatin and non-animal origin. Okay, this is published in IJPRBS. Okay, in 2013. Okay, volume 2, 3, and page number is 42 to 71. From this, I have taken this table. Okay, let us assume this table is a very good table. That's why I have taken it. Let us assume that this is about the density. These are the powder density. These all are the powder densities. Okay, let us assume that the density of powder is 0.3. Okay, right? And the capsule size is 2. Right? If the capsule size, if the density of the powder is 0.3, and which you have calculated, I told you how, and then I have the powder I have the capsule size as 2. Capsule size has the volume of 0.37. Right? This is the volume that it is having. So how much amount of material will be filled? So you have done a calculations over here for you. Density is mass upon volume. So mass, so that is the amount that is going to be filled, is going to be density, which I have shown you over here. The density is 0.3. So this is the density 0.3 into volume. We have taken size 2 capsule. So the volume is 0.37. So it comes to 0.37 into 0.3 comes to 0.111 gram. This is given, this table is given in milligram, so which comes as 111 milligram. Have you understood this calculation? If somebody has not understood this calculation, please do write in the chat box. Please do write in chat box if you have not understood the calculation. Okay, fine. Now let us move to the second example. I've taken the second example also. Depending upon this, is going to be your next assignment. So you have to remember this. Okay, Kalpesh, I'll explain again. Now let us take another example. Okay, whereby you have the powder density as 1.3. ये तो समझ में आ गया, powder density 1.3 है, ठीक है. Capsule size है 1. Okay, so how much milligram will be filled into it? If I ask you a question that powder density is, my question is powder density is 1.3. Okay, and capsule size is say 1. So if my capsule size is 1, it means that the volume that can be filled in the capsule is going to be 0.5 ml. As I told you, आपको 1 और 4 याद रखना आसान है. 1 का हाफ करना है, 3 का 0.3 करना है, 4 का 0.21 करना है. Okay, so it is easier for you to understand. Yeah, so the volume is 0.5, right? Density is this much. How much gram can be filled into it? Mass is equal to density into volume. Okay, got it? So it is 1.3 into 0.5. Density is 1.3, volume is 1.5 because the capsule size is 1. Right? Got it? So it comes to 0.65 grams. If you multiply this, it comes to 0.65 grams. And 0.65 gram is nothing but 650 milligram. So depending upon the powder density, depending upon the capsule size, different grams of material can be filled. Just for an example, okay, let us take an example now. If you have a capsule size 1, if you have capsule size 1, so depending upon the powder density, the amount of material that can be filled inside it ranges from 150 to 700 milligram. Are you understanding? If you have a capsule size as 5, depending upon the density, the amount of material that can be filled inside this capsule size 5 can range from 39 to 182. So in short, okay, if I take the maximum size, that is 5, okay, then the amount of material that can be filled inside it ranges from 39 to the size, if I take 00 to 1330. Okay, this much amount of material can be filled inside my capsule. Okay, this much milligrams of material can be filled inside my capsules.